October 1st, 2021. This one I gotta go change a couple of boilers. I was over there about a couple of weeks ago, I guess. There was one, the gas company had moved the gas meters outside, and when they went to go turn on the gas to one of the boilers, I guess the gas valve started leaking. So the other one was making noise, so he shut it off. When I went over there, I tried to get the other one working that he had shut off himself, and it was giving off crazy high carbon monoxide levels. The boilers are probably like 35 years old or something, and the other, they're both not worth fixing. So I gave him a price of changing both out, put new boilers in there. That's what we want to do. Going there today, I'm going to pull them two boilers out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to relocate them a little bit differently. They're both on the same pad right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take one, I'm going to move it away from the chimney a little bit, and then put the other one on the off the pad on a couple of blocks. This way here I'll have access to, you know, get around the boilers and to get to the controls and whatnot. So I got it all set up. There's a liner in the chimney there, so I won't have to worry about that. I've got a clay liner in the chimney. So them two boilers are coming out. I'm going back with little peerless 4-section gas boilers. He's got cast iron baseboard in the two apartments. So it's 1-inch copper supply and return. And he's got old expansion tanks up into the ceiling. I'm going to pull all that shit out and put regular diaphragm. I'll probably put number 60 tanks in there. Anyway, I'll get there probably about 7 o'clock and start ripping and tearing. And I got the second delivery coming for the boilers this morning, so electrician's coming later. So we'll try to get you some shots as I go along here. It'll be a long day for me. Can I get it done in one day? I'm not sure. If not, I'll go back Saturday, go back tomorrow and do it. I was going to do this job on Wednesday, but my truck broke down, so I had to cancel. And I got my truck back, which I believe I got my truck back Wednesday. I rescheduled, the guy wanted to do it today, so we called and rescheduled it, and we're going to make it happen. I left Molly home because I'm going to be at one job all day. I don't take her with me when it's like that. Not fair to her. So one boiler's got a red tag on it. You know, I did pull permits on the job, so clean up that red tag. When I can see the inspector, I'll give him the red tag. Tell him the old boiler's out.
How much water do those hold?
Well, it's, you know, throughout the baseboard and whatnot.
I'm saying those tanks.
Oh, and the tanks? Them all coming out also. I'm gonna put new style. I'm gonna put the new style ones in for you. Making it.
Oh, that's good. That's what I'm thinking, you know, sometimes.
No, I'll have to put a pump on it. Alright. Hydrotherm. I had to go into the sink because it was backing up. Let's put a Y here. 2 washing machine hoses into the pump, pumping it out. It wasn't taking it. Alright, so I got the two tanks down there up top there. I got this all cut up, the gas pipe off. It's a shit show, Mama. 2 expansion tanks. I got both of the circulators off. We'll probably grab them from the back here. Or maybe even from the side. We'll see when the guy gets here. I marked everything. Chimney's got a liner, which is kind of odd. Alright, got them all ready to go here. Looks looks like they had blocks down and they poured this pad around it, so I'll probably put one right there, and then I'll fill that in with mortar, them other spots. And I'm going to put one over there on 2 blocks, so you got access to get around them. If I put them both here, you're not going to be able to get to the controls. The controls on the side. So, I mean, if I face them that way, it's pretty close with these water heaters here. I got all the drops. We'll get them in place and I'll worry about what I'm going to do with the piping. I think I'm going to put the it's cast iron baseboard, so it doesn't matter where you put the expansion tank. It's not going to matter as long as it's somewhere. And it's number 60, so they're going to hang down pretty low. We'll get it figured out. I'm waiting for the delivery guy to come. We'll get these out of here and get the new ones down here. Alright guys, I'm back here the next day. I put the 2 boilers here. I put this one on blocks on the end. All these new peerless boilers come with these controls, which I'm not a big fan of them. This is something new that they're just coming out with. And there's an access panel over here where you bring 110 in. And then there's a purple and a blue wire. One's for the circulator. So what I did was I put the number 60 tanks over here, because if I would have hang them over here, they're going to be hanging down and walking around type of thing. So I figured that was the best place for them right there. They're on the return, and I put the circulators on a supply. Just made it easier to put it here than down over there on the return. So come on the supply, come up a couple of elbows. In this return here, I came up, I put this T, the T came with the boiler. Reducing bushing, 1-inch male. Came up to this T here for the feeder, the 9D. And I reused the water pipe, just feeding that one. Before both boilers are on this pad. So you can see how I pushed it over to give you more room for access. You know, you gotta get in here for the gauge. Gonna get in here for the drain, and gives it better room. Alright, so I put the feeder in there, come up on the return, put these tap tees in with these expansion tanks. They're gonna be out of the way here. If I would have hanged the tanks here, they're gonna be hanging down, and when they come to work on these water heaters, you're gonna be banging your head. So this way here, everything's tucked in, out of the way. I got room for my smoke pipe. That's the best place for them. I gotta do the gas pipe yet. The gas pipe's gotta come on this side. I'm gonna have to shut the mains off outside and rework this gas pipe over here and that one over to here. Put these little plugs here. You can see you gotta put them plugs in if it's electronic spark. I put these in. I had to add these connectors because they didn't come with the connectors on these. They're changing things. I put a couple of hangers, clean that up. Same thing on this one. I put the circulator on a supply pushing away. I went upstairs and I changed, checked all the radiator keys, and I changed a couple of them that were bad. Come up here with a T to a relief valve to a high vent. I did fill them with water yesterday before I left. I had a couple of leaks I had to fix, but I had a leak on this joint, which I had to drain down and retighten it. 1.5 inches coming off the supply, and I had a leak on this gasket on this other one, but we fixed them yesterday before I left. So now I gotta do the smoke pipe, and I found this thing here, which this must be for space heater. So I picked up this plug, and I'm gonna plug that. I just have to crimp it, and I'll go right in there. I brought a piece of sheet metal to cover the hole. We're coming along. Once I start them, I gotta do a combustion test Let me get the smoke pipe done. I'll give you a shot of that, and I'll give you a shot of the gas pipe, and then we'll start them up. I still have to bleed the radiators upstairs. Kind of a big job. Could I have got it done in one day? I don't know. A lot of work. Electrician did come and do the wiring. He came down here, he reworked this line to a box, junction box. And it's good enough. Looks fine. Looks good to me. I just have to motor up the chimney. And we did. Got a crimper here. I crimped that cap, stuck it in there in case he wants to go to space heater. I'll probably just put this on here. I'm gonna mortar up the holes. If I get any extra mortar, I'll put it in these spots here. There's a couple of spots here. Oh, the shims that I used under the boiler. It's for roofing. It's for roofing nails. It's like 2.5 inch. I just stack them. Buy them at Home Depot. Put a brick in there. Just put one on the other side so the mortar won't fall in. I just have to mortar it up now. Put a hanger on this end here to carry this pipe. Put a plug in there. Put some sheet metal. Coming together. Next thing I gotta do is just mix up some mortar, patch that, and then I will be. Them tanks work out good right there. They're out of the way. If I gotta get this one out, I can unscrew it, get it out this way. This other one I can unscrew and get it right out here or around this way. It's a good spot for them. They're out of the way. And, so I got them holes patched on around the blocks. They had blocks under the boilers, and then they poured this pad around it after. I'll block this. Nice patch job. I'm gonna go shut off the gas and start working this gas. And I gotta just bleed the radiators and do a combustion test. I got the inspector here this week sometime. This old one had a red tag on it. Alright, so the gas is coming in. Gas is coming in. They moved these meters outside. I'll shut this off. Wow. I'll shut this off. I'll shut the whole house off anyway, so. Alright guys, on the gas pipe, what I did here was, I did this one first, but this has got this Vega press bullshit on it, so thing was kind of flopping in the wind, so I had to put a hanger down here. So I changed the drop nipple. I put a little shorter one so that I could pick this hanger up. And I put a, shorter nipple there, and I put on a 3-footer coupling and elbow, and I came down to a coupling and a shut off, a union, T-drip into the unit. And on this one here, I changed this nipple here coming down. It's a swing joint. And I put a 2-footer here with a hanger into an elbow. And I came down, I changed this, put a new shut off, a union. Then I put a coupling on this piece. That one there, I think I put an 8-inch nipple. This bucket here is like 7 to 12 nipples, and that's close to 6. So I could turn the gas back on now and light the water heaters and the stoves upstairs, and then I'll check for leaks. All I have to do now is bleed the radiators upstairs and fire it up. And then I'll have to do a combustion test on them for the inspector also. It's always good to do a combustion test anyway. Turn this pilot like this. And have the pilot go on. I had to shut everything down obviously here, so we like this. Hold that in for a minute and you see this blink green, we'll know we're good to go. Hear it? Alright, we're good to go. Yeah, like that. This one here, put the pilot. And watch for the green arrow. Watch for the green light. You can usually hear it click. You can usually hear it clicking. Yeah, see the green arrow? We're good to go with this one. Turn this one up too. We're good here. Check for leaks. Roll up this shit up. It was kind of flipping flopping in the wind there. I'm not a big fan of that Vega press shit. Not me. Some guys are press queens, they love that shit. Not me. Always good to check for leaks. Make sure you ain't got no leakers. You don't leak them on. You leak. We don't want no leakers. Especially the unions here. It's good to check these. I mean, whenever you, anything you do, even the stuff you didn't do, you should check it. You know. This stuff should fire up. I just gotta bleed the. These are on, right? Yeah. That was on. High limits 180, economy's off. Low limit. I'm going to shut this off, this low limit. Off. Alright, it's open in there. I did set this one. I'm not big, I don't know about this control. Houston, we have ignition on this one. What about this one? Quantumizer off. I don't want that. 180 on the high limit, and the low limit we want off. Off. Shut it off. Turn it back on. I don't know, this thermostat here, you might have this one off. Well, this is second floor, so you must have the thermostat off. First time I seen this control. Here we go. So they'll go through some kind of flipping sequence. Queer ash unit. They're both running. Flipping. Government's always got to change shit, right? Try to make shit better, just make shit worse. This is first floor, got a bunch of radiators to bleed. It's all cast iron radiators. Cast iron baseboard, I should say. It's good stuff. I've got this one running, help push the air out. This is all good stuff right here. You can hear it start to come up, the water. Hear it? I'm gonna run it for a while and check them again. I did check all these. Made sure they were all open and closed. Make sure that they were all good before I put water to the system. I had to change a couple of them. I think I changed one upstairs. That was an automatic one I didn't like. Yeah, she's a leaker. She's a leaker, mama. She's a leaker. He's a pisser. Yeah, it's gonna get nice and warm now. He's a leaker. Just open them up a little bit, get the air out. I think I got it set for 70. It's only 65 in here. Take a little while to warm up. This one comes up, wraps all the way around. It comes down over here somewhere. I said I checked all these yesterday. I went around. I had to open up a couple of them to bleed the system back because it holds a vacuum. Then, before I filled it, I went around and checked them all, made sure they worked right before There's nothing like filling a system and then find out you got bad bleeders and you gotta drain it again, so. We'll do this one and then we'll go do the second floor. Leave the second floor. Same thing. And I gotta do the combustion test. Then I'll be done. I can pick up all my stuff. Probably about a day and a half to do this job. 2 boilers. Oh, here we go. Starting to get close here so we can cut it back a little bit. As the water starts coming out, you cut it back a little bit. It doesn't need as much. The water won't be spitting out all over. Just want to get the air out. This kind of system is going to bleed the air out. The radiators can't do it downstairs. There we go. Alright, this one's up and running. All bled, and I gotta bleed the upstairs one. And then do the combustion test, and I'm done. I put a plug on that line downstairs that, if you ever want to put a space heater downstairs, I put a crimped plug on that pipe that was low coming out.
Yeah.
That's what that's for. If you ever want to put a space heater down there for heat.
Oh, is that what that is? Yeah.
That's what that's for.
Oh, right.
On, off, for heat, and then just up or down.
That's it.
It's 66 in here now. I got it set for 70. What do you want it set for?
Well, what's the lowest you can put it for? Like, nobody's going to be down here.
Well, I wouldn't go too low, maybe 55.
I mean, I don't want it to go... I don't want nothing freezing, you know.
Right, I'd go 55.
You know what I'm saying? That's
and if you shut it off, ain't nothing gonna work.
No, I don't want. That's what I'm saying. Now, at this time of the year, I want to leave it on, right?
Yeah, I would leave it on. We'll leave it at 55.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I want to leave it on. I don't want no pipes.
So if it starts getting below 55, it'll come on.
Come on, that's fine.
If it starts getting below like 20 or 0, turn it up.
Yeah. When it gets freezing.
When it gets cold, put it to 65.
Yeah. When it's freezing. The question then, downstairs, do any of them need this little key?
I need it right now.
You know what I mean?
Nope. Downstairs, it's all screwdriver.
All screwdriver, right?
Shouldn't have to bleed them unless you open the system up.
Yeah. I know you're saying. I just wonder, just so I know.
What do you got your thermostat set? You must have it off because it wasn't working downstairs.
Yeah, let me put it on.
What I'm gonna do is you can just leave them set for what. Leave them set.
I never touched it. I don't know. Let me look at it. You put it up yesterday.
Yeah, because it wasn't calling downstairs. It is on?
Yeah.
Unless it's not hooked up right. You sure it's on? I'll look at it.
Yeah. No, it says on heat. I'm looking at it right now.
Because I gotta make sure that works before I go.
No, definitely. Yeah, no, it is not. No, I never touched it. I haven't touched it.
Switch to
Whoa.
Gold Flakes. One sniff and you'll be a genie.
Oh, they got one there.
It's an old key. That's from my grandparents. They must have tied it to put it there. No, I was telling you about doing that because I must have remembered that. I just saw that yesterday. I was like, oh shit, I wanted to show you. Yeah, it's an old key.
Yeah, and that's a good one too.
Yeah. It works.
Alright, that one's already blood. Look at that shit. Yeah, and then you got the extra one. I gave you extra ones, right? Did I do that? Did I hand it back to you?
No, not the one you took.
71 in here, so I'm gonna go to 76, make sure it works.
I didn't touch it.
See, I had it set at 70.
Yeah.
It's 71 in here. So I'm just gonna put it on 76 to make sure it works.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I'll do the combustion test. Make sure both units are working. And I'll do a combustion test on them. Make sure both units are running. And they're both running. This one's running, and that one's running. We're gonna do the combustion test on them. It's the second, and that's first. Zeroing. Got that new smell to it. Natural gas. I want to make sure the PPMs don't go crazy on it. It's looking good at 29. We'll be fine there. PPMs, that's good. I see 26 on a PPM, so I'm fine with that. Printing. Oh, relocated on the other one. That's up inside on top of the flue there. That's fine. It's below 50. Alright, my job's complete. The cover's back on and put the papers up top. This is blocked. Got a carbon monoxide detector there. Put the smoke alarm back. I wish I would have give you guys some more pictures of the soldering, but I only can do so much in these videos. I think it come out good. Them tanks are in a good spot. They're out of the way. 'Cause if not, they would have been hanging down. The guy actually thanked me for putting them there because he wouldn't be banging his head on everything, right? I did label first and second. First. I did mark in here which was heat. This is second and this is the heat right here. I did the same thing on the first. Everything's done. Everything's done. Looking good. Pull my stuff and get out of here.